Alright everybody, welcome back to Skyway Classics YouTube channel. Coming to you in our 1966 Chevy 2 Nova. Of course, you know this is the second generation of the Novas, and excuse the obnoxious horn that is the sound of stupidity. Take a look at that ugly thing standing behind this cool ride. Coming to you with a nice orange exterior. As you see, it does have a 2-inch cowl hood. Have that little flat black on the hood to even give it a meaner look. Riding on some, of course, aftermarket style torque thrust wheels on it. Good size tire, I believe it's a 15. I don't think it's more than a 17. Of course, you know, with those big style wheels, they like to rub every which way but loose. And of course, you know, with the 66 and 67 having the exact same body style until 68, where it changed it onto a coupe. Basic way to tell is by the tail lights are usually in the front. Other way is move on to the inside. As you can see, we have a Dolphin upgraded cluster on it. Everything is always accurate when you look at these gauges. Other than that, you have an updated 2-knob radio system with cassette. Very nice touch if I do say so myself. Automatic on the floor B&M shifter with twin bucket seats on it. As you can see, the bucket seats in the front are a little different from the back seat. I believe they upgraded the front just to give it a more comfortable ride, and then the back having its old school material there. Other than that, with the 66 Chevy 2 Nova, you do have the vent windows, old school crank windows, and of course, a fine little ride. Other than that, with this ride, excuse me, there was a terrible smell. With this ride, you also have aftermarket vintage AC. I probably should have put it on instead of rolling down the windows, but of course, with or without the AC, this is a very nice ride. Of course, hold it by the 3-spoke wooden wheel. It is handling pretty well. As we move on to the engine bay, you can see it does have a late model small block crate motor in it. Still connected to the old school manifolds, producing a good sound out the back. Even as you look at the engine bay, the shock towers, the display, everything is right the way they're supposed to be, except the AC being an aftermarket part. But of course, being a small engine bay, it is really impressive to see how those motors were actually put in there. Of course, most of the time with the Chevy 2s, up to 65, I believe, they still came in as a 6-cylinder. But this lovely little V8 proves that wrong. So as for now, we are just going to get it turned around and up on the lift. So if you have a moment, just stay tuned with us to see the underneath.